Hey, welcome back! Thanks for joining me. Let's go on another 3D printing adventure. So a couple of weeks ago, I 3D printed mini dolls. I upsized them and they look absolutely freaking adorable and I was so thrilled. I wasn't thrilled with the quality of the print, because they have all these facetings all over them, but I am a 3D print noob. I do not know what I'm doing, and the more I learn, the more I realize I don't know what I'm doing. So Andrew, big shout out to Andrew, showed me where to get some better STL files, so printable 3D files of some of the mini doll hair pieces and mini doll body parts. So I have been playing around with them. There's still facets on them, but they're so much better quality. So I'm going to show you where I got these files from in a minute. But I came across this light in my drawer of many discarded hobbies. ADHD, anybody? So I've got all of these things that are stored away. And I had these thoughts, right? So this is an LED light up. It's for displaying resin and or crystals or stuff like that and shining a light through them. You can get them on Amazon, probably a lot cheaper than on Amazon too. So this, I thought we could mix this with an upsized mini doll, and I wanted to make a princess gown to go on here. So what if we could make Glinda, upsize her and have a wicked Glinda mini doll nightlight display? That's a lot of things. So, okay, we're going on a whole journey here. So, princess skirt first is what we're going to need because that's going to be the focal part for this. So this is what the ball gown piece looks like for Lego mini dolls. There's also this faceted one, which is already transparent. And I mean, it's probably a bit big. The ratio is not great. But anyway, I'm heading off to look for a file to print these. So thanks to Andrew, I have now got an account at Mecabricks, which is a digital brick building program. Basically, you can build your creations digitally online. So I haven't played with this very much at all. So I went looking in the parts section for skirts, and there are some mini doll skirt pieces in here, but that ball gown is definitely not in here under this descriptor. So what if we look up gown, see what's in here? No. Okay. So can't find it here. So off to Google. What can I find to 3D print? I just want to have an idea as whether this is going to work at all. Here's one that has been made before. So I'm going to give this one a bit of a print, a bit of a go. And this is what it looks like when it was printed up. So it's just a few, the shape itself is just some rudimentary shapes and it's hollowed out and we have to fit it onto a mini doll torso. It's a bit clunky for what I want, but I love that it exists. I love that people are out there making printable files for mini dolls. I want so many more of them. But because there wasn't one, I had to create one for myself. So I did a 6-minute tutorial on Shaper 3D. I've got the free trial version and then I managed to export this, and because I'm using the free version, the file is a low quality one, so it wasn't as smooth as what I created. It has all the facets on it again, but for this actual purpose, the facets are going to work well, I think, and I'm pretty excited I managed to make this. It's not it fits enough. It fits nicely onto the torso. There's a little bit gappy. It's not as streamlined and tailored as a professional version, but it's going to do for my purposes. So next job is to print it in translucent. So I got myself some PLA translucent in pink because I love pink. This pink is this is a cherry pink. It's really an orangey pink. So we'll see how this looks, how see-through we can make it. So printing this up at a smaller size to start with, just to see how it goes. And this is how it looks when it's printed in this pink color. It's so pretty. I hollowed out the inside so that the light isn't refracted too much, so there's somewhere for it to go, because this skirt's supposed to be the light itself. And I don't think this is quite the right ratio for our up 200%. I don't even remember what I printed this at, but you get the idea. This might be the right size for a tea light. Oh my gosh, I should size one for a tea light and then we could just have it. Okay, that doesn't fit. Maybe I could hollow the skirt out even more and then I could fit this over a tea light. This would be like a project alteration, but this is what it looks like in the dark. This is just for the idea, right? So this skirt is It's making a beautiful lampshade. So let's go with the bigger size. So I printed it out at 350%. Basically, so it was just the right size to be able to sit on my wooden base. So the wooden base is 10 centimeters across, and I made sure that the base of the skirt was 9 centimeters across. That's just how I decided the size that I was going to have. But oh my gosh, look how good the light looks in it. Oh, I'm so excited by this. All right, let's go get some body parts to add to this skirt. So back to the Mecabricks website. So I'm looking for a particular hairpiece that's going to look really pretty and princessy on here. I'm pretty sure that Glinda's isn't going to be on here because it's a very new piece, but I'm going to search for wigs in the parts. And these are the hairpieces that are currently available on Mecabricks. I can see Jasmine's hairpiece in here, not any of the other princesses' hair wigs, but Leanne's hair I think would look really pretty. So I'm going to take note of the number underneath, 2633, and when I go to workshop, I'm going to pop that in my little search down the bottom, just nice and quick and easy. I'll be able to go straight to it, pop it over onto the workspace, and because this is all I want, I mean, you can do a whole heap of building here on this workspace, but that's not what I'm doing. I'm exporting this as an STL file, opening it up in my 3D print software, and here it is on my print plate, currently at 100%, so just like the right size to fit on a mini doll. I'm going to size it up to 350 and prepare it for print and see the magic of a 3D printer go. Okay, so I tricked you a bit here. So we'll look at the hairpiece in a minute, but I've printed all the other parts out. So here is the torso. This is, obviously, I've downloaded all of these files now from Mecabricks. So this is the old style torso. They also have the new one on there as well. But I thought the old arm pegs would fit a little bit easier into this. Anyway, we'll find out. So that fits onto my skirt. Take it on and off a few times, and that means that it just like wears the joint down a bit. This looks okay. I mean, the skirt, it's not perfect. It's not, but it looks really good. I'm really excited. Okay, so we've got an arm now. It doesn't fit very easily because Lego joints are snug, right? So I have got my little rotary tool with a diamond bit on the end. This is actually a nail technician's tool, like basically a portable version of a Dremel, and with not as much power as a Dremel would have, but it's an electric sander just in a miniature form. And the fact that they created this for fake nails is so cool. There's so many cool tools out there I just want to have. I'm taking a little bit of plastic off each of these at a time, just a weeny bit until it fits. So this is going to be a bit of a journey, and I'm going to cut most of this out, but you can see little bits until finally it snaps in with a wee bit of force. And now we have got movable arms. Look at this. Look, you can see it in there. Oh my gosh. All right. We now need to rinse and repeat this for the other side. Snap it in. And that is looking amazing. Let's get on to the head and the hairpiece, because it's going to be a bit snug on the neck as well. And I want to be able to make this like able to take the parts on and off like you would with a normal Lego mini doll. I don't want them just shoved on and then on there forever. So this is Leanne's normal hair at normal size, and this is her hair in transparent pink, sized up 350%. I still think it looks pretty amazing. There's even the little accessory hole at the back. I need to print out a bow to go in there. Okay, I could shove this on, but if I get this hairpiece on that head, I'm never getting it off again. So I'm going to create just a little bit of space so that it goes on and off easily. And now let's put the whole thing together. Oh my gosh. All right. So we have got our skirt, our beautiful big faceted ball gown. Torso goes on there. We've got movable arms, which I'm just very excited about, the fact that it's all just like a Lego mini doll, but bigger. And then the head, and it's so pretty. My gosh, I wasn't sure I would like this pink, but I do. So we pop the hairpiece on, and now we have got ourselves a beautiful big princess ball gown. I can change her hair out. I could print lots of different hairstyles and pop them on. We can have her changing around. But first up, let's see how she looks on the light, because this is the whole point, right? So let's get it on. I mean, it even looks good with, I have very, very bright studio lights on here for recording, but let's turn them down so we can see. That's so pretty. The light's not going all the way up, like past the skirt. I think there are like probably too many too many obstacles for it to get that further up, and I might need to hollow out some more things to be able to get the light to transfer further up, but that's all for a future idea. This is basically a prototype for this idea. I just love having a mini doll nightlight, but we're not done yet, because once I printed one, of course, I needed to do another one. So I thought maybe we could add some accessories like fairy wings, which we don't have the fat, like we just literally got fairy wings for mini dolls, but this is a mini figure fairy wing. We can maybe print out a wand. I mean, I want to add accessories to this. So printing in a different color now. So this is Petchy translucent. If you know anything about 3D printing, which I do not, but I do know enough to know that Petchy is not as user-friendly as PLA. So some struggles are about to go, but it's so shiny. It's so much shinier than the PLA. So this is what it looks like. It's like a diamond, but a blue diamond. So the facets make it so extra shiny. Look at how pretty it is. I got more and more bad at printing this the more parts I went up. Like the arms are a little bit frosty. Started so well. This is the hairpiece. I mean, this is one of the hair pieces. This was a failed hairpiece. So yeah, oh, speaking of fails, while we're showing off fails, this is Leanne's hairpiece that turned to spaghetti halfway through. Her hairpiece would actually look really cute short too, right? That would be adorable. I feel like I need to alter some of the existing hair pieces. But anyway, so this is like the high bushy ponytail that I decided to print out. It ended up all crystallized on the top where the supports were, but I actually don't mind that. I think it goes really nicely with this whole icy look in the blue. So, I mean, it wasn't intentional, but it works out nicely. Look at how pretty that hair looks. It's all very exciting. And then the fairy wings. These also ended up looking quite icy, but they look okay. I bent the neck piece. I actually heated it up in boiling water because you can bend Petchy at boiling point. So I bent it to try and make it sit on a mini doll torso a little bit better. I don't know that I achieved a whole lot. It would be really cool if we could have the new mini doll fairy wings as an STL file that I could print. But you know what? We have to make do with what we have. And we've now got a fairy wand as well. So I printed a fairy in blue. I need some of the elves hair pieces. That would be so cool to be able to print out. They are not on Mecabricks, which is such a crying shame because I would be printing them in a heartbeat. But look how lovely this looks on the light. Let's get everyone out of the way. It doesn't show through as well, maybe because it's so extra shiny. But the light is getting up into the torso a bit more too, I think. Oh, okay. So I'm having a bit of conflict between my camera and my studio lights. So you're seeing a flickering. That's like, I cannot see that flickering with my naked eye. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to set it up and we're going to have a look at what it looks like just with my iPhone camera. So it's now evening. This is what the nightlight looks like. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Oh my goodness. All right. I need more files to print now because I've got the printing bug. I need to learn a lot more as well. But it looks so amazing. Why do we not have upsized mini dolls? They are so versatile. And also, just out of interest, printing them at this size was the same size as those buildable princess dresses that we had a couple of years ago. I just thought it was interesting because it was right next to it when I was busy filming. If you have got a 3D printer in your household and somebody who knows how to use it, even with a bit of basic knowledge, this is not hard to do. I mean, if I can do it, people who have more understanding and know how to 3D print would be able to do this in a heartbeat. So I am really hoping that we're going to see some more 3D printable mini doll files in the future. If you make any, please let me know. I just want some more things to print. I'm obsessed. All right, let me know your thoughts in the comments and make sure you check back in. Oh, there's so much to do, so little time. I don't want to do it all. And I'll do it with you guys. All right, see you soon. Bye.